Hey there, everyone. We're just a few days away from Purim. Can't wait to celebrate with everybody. That means we find ourselves at Shabbat Zachor. And I always find it fascinating, the placement of Parshat Zachor in the Torah. We have the actual story of the attack of the Jewish people at the hands of Amalek taking place in Sefer Shemot, but we read 3 verses from the end of Parshat Ki Tetzei. But they're kind of just stuck in the middle of nowhere. The next Parsha, Ki Tavo, talks about the bringing of the Bikurim at the beginning of the Parsha. And the section that precedes Parshat Zachor talks about using false weights and measures, being dishonest in business, cheating people out of their money. And stuck in between those two is remembering what Amalek did to us. And the question is, what is Amalek, this whole story of Amalek, remembering Amalek, doing in this particular spot? And if you think about, again, that section that precedes it, about cheating people in business and how God sees it as an abomination, there's actually a really tight connection. Because you see, if we just cheat the people around us in business, then what we are doing to our community, to the people around us, is we are severing those ties. We are injecting a sense of disunity in our community. And no one will be there to stand up for us individually, and as we have this awful feeling within the community of people are cheating each other, then we will not be able to be there for each other when nations like Amalek come attacking us. We need to be united. We need to be there for each other. And so it is so fitting that the placement of Zachor is where it is. Because this message about unity being our strength in fighting off Amalek, whether the literal or the figurative Amalek in the world, is such a central theme of the Megillah. At the beginning of the Megillah, if you were drawing a graph of how things are going, I would draw a line going down for the Jewish people. The Jewish people are described by Haman himself as an Am Mifuzar Mifurad Bein Hamim. We're just scattered. We have no structure. We've integrated in many ways into Persian society. When does everything change in the Megillah? When does the graph start to go up for the Jewish people? It changes when the Jewish people all come together. Lech kenos et kol haYehudim. Esther says, go and gather all of the Jewish people. Not some of the Jewish people, all of the Jewish people in Shushan. And let them all do something together. Let them all fast together. And pray that I succeed in my journey into Achashverosh's his private area of the castle, so that I can try to save our people. It's only when we join together in a united force that things start to go in the Jewish people's favor. And it is undoubtedly clear that this is a very central message of Purim. How do we celebrate this holiday? All 4 of the mitzvot are a theme of unity. There's the reading of the Megillah, reading our collective story together. And in fact, it's really, really highly encouraged that you take in the story of the Megillah with a minyan. And if you don't have one, it's okay, but it's better when it's read with a minyan. The mitzvah of Mishloach Manot is meant to strengthen the bonds with the people around us, to create a strong sense of community, that we're all friends with each other. And Matanot LeEvyonim, well, that's to make sure that nobody feels like they're not part of this community, that nobody should feel that they can't enjoy a holiday like us. And lastly, the mitzvah of Mishteh, of having a feast. Who do we have our feasts with? Our family and our friends, strengthening our connection to them. The holiday of Purim is about us coming together with each other And when we come together with each other, we can overcome Haman. We can overcome what Amalek stands for. But when we're not there for each other, when we are cheating each other, behind each other's backs, speaking ill of each other, we're not going to be able to overcome Amalek. We're just not going to have the manpower, the ability, the strength in numbers. And so I hope as we head into Parshat Zachor this Shabbat, and we read it, we understand that the message of Parshat Zachor is not simply to only remember the tragedy. That is a part of what it is. But it's to remember that if we think about the Parsha that precedes Zachor, what does God love? When we're there for each other, when we treat each other fairly. And when we do that, we will overcome. We will succeed, and no Amalek will be able to rule over us. And please God, we should always be able to overcome the forces of Amalek through our unity. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Purim Sameach to everybody. Can't wait to celebrate with you.